Hello, hello, welcome everybody. What's up, Ivor? Alright, looks like we got DPS in. Sweet. Alright, we still got 3 minutes until match time, at least on my end. There's a 5-minute delay. So, yeah, you know, everything that you're seeing, that you're hearing, it's gonna be a little old, but, you know, that's fine. I'm Luscious Balzac from FJRD. Today's match, well, this stream right now, is Clan Crossfire versus DPS Div C. Let's get it. This should be fun. I'm very excited to see what these teams have for us. Div C. I remember playing Div C. Did I play Div C? I don't know. I played almost every division. Anyways, DPS, longtime players. Crossfire, I don't know a whole lot about Crossfire, but you know what? I've faced off against them multiple times. They're a good bunch. They're fun. Good aim. I know DPS primarily from playing faction play. They used to queue up against FJRD a lot. So, yeah. Big ups to DPS. Lev, you the man. Let's see. What? Settings look correct. They do on my end, but I always like to double check with the teams just to make sure, you know, maybe they want the region switched. Ooh. You see? There we go. Asking for the switch to Oceanic. Lev slapping that down. You know, this being ISC, I love all the inner sphere mechs that come out of the woodworks that you don't generally see. Like Hatchet Man, yeah, that's normal. That's a normal pick, especially for something like CS where you can only bring one copy of a chassis. But with ISC, you know, you're able to bring 3 copies of the same mech, or at least of the same variant, throughout all the different drops, all the matches. So, seeing team composition, seeing if they decide to burn 3 mechs, 3 of the same chassis on a single drop, or if they want to, you know, spread that mech out across multiple drops, you know, it's always interesting to see. This being Div C, I expect to see more mid-range, more long-range, pokey, tradey, just trying to whittle down your opponents over a more prolonged time, especially since I don't need to time people. They know. But yeah, as I was saying, more mid-range, long-range, slowly whittle down your opponents until you get the kill. It's just a safer way to play, though. You might see Brawl come out. You know, we've been seeing Brawl come out through all the different divisions. FJRD in, I think it is Div B, beat Black Omen earlier today by bringing Brawl. So, yeah, you love to see it. You love to see all the different types of decks. Team 1's locked. Just waiting on Team 2 to call their lock. And Team 2 is locked. So, oh my gosh. They called for the they called lock. But as soon as I was about to hit the launch button, a player disconnects. Oh man, glorious. Absolutely glorious. Let's just take a gander at the Twitch. See if there is that 5-minute delay. Yep, there we go. Sweet. Alright, looks like teams are still loading in. And it looks like my game capture is a little too big. Boom. Fixed. Alright. DPS side, we have what is that? TDR 9SE. So Thunderbolt, Centurion, Centurion, Javelin, Centurion, Javelin. Crossfire side, we got Bushwhacker, 2 Javelins, a Thunderbolt, Blackjack, and a Hunchback 4 SP. Looks like DPS is going to be murder balling up towards Kappa, while Crossfire is pushing in towards Theta. DPS has a light on Theta, which is good. A little bit of trades coming out here from the Kappa hillside, the little Kappa ramp, and the cover south side of Theta. Blackjack just letting loose some LMGs and large X-Pulse. Looks like both teams brought a good mixture of large X-Pulses. Pete Zone in his Hunchback 4 SP, pushing in, getting a little too ahead of his team, getting just obliterated. Leaving Nikoro in his Bushwhacker out by his lonesome. Nikoro goes down in his Bushwhacker. DPS has the high ground. They're just getting free shots, shooting down on the rest of the enemy mechs. Looks like Lil BBQ in his Blackjack Arrow getting a little bit of damage on the mechs. Link's Revenge getting some nice juicy back shots on Captain Cat. Captain Cat trying to retreat, gets blown off the ramp. It's now a 3v5 in DPS's favor. Zonaron from DPS kind of just poking at CXF, trying to retreat now. Trying to get back into the firing line of his team. Questia pushing out. Notices the rest of the firing line and decides to take a different path. Lil BBQ pushing up just a little bit too far. Link's Revenge, Zonaron pushing out from cover to try and secure the kill on Lil BBQ. Questia overextended just a little bit. And there goes Questia trying to escape. Gets taken out. It's now a 5-on-2 DPS's favor. Lil BBQ goes down. All that's left of Crossfire is this Javelin. Javelin takes out Zonaron. Let's see. Looks like he's trying to find an advantageous position, but just isn't finding it. DPS is spread out nicely. Ooh, looks like Lousy Sten in his Javelin got legged. That's not going to be helpful. He's getting shot on from multiple different angles now. Lousy Sten taking out Alpheus. Bringing this from a 5v1 down to a 3v1. Lousy Sten taking components off of Link's Revenge before ultimately losing his CT. GG. Game 1 goes DPS. You know, that was actually a really good match. Both teams utilizing the new X-Pulses to their advantage. Unfortunately, DPS had the high ground. They had the angles. Crossfire just could not get a break from getting fired upon from the high ground. Link's Revenge dropping 755 damage. That's a lot of damage. Everybody else less than that. Oh man. Alrighty. Let's get that map switched for them. We're off to Series Metal Scrapyard next. This is a map I really like it. I enjoy it. It's dark, but I wish it was darker. That's the one thing about the map that I wish. Is that it was just a little bit darker. Like I want to be able to not see my enemy. I want to know where they are based off of, you know, where their lasers are coming from, where those PP shots are landing. You know, I want the environmental lighting to show me the mechs. I don't need to see them. I just need that red square. But yeah, while they get all situated, let's go ahead and take a look at series itself. Let's get that pulled up. So this is a good map. I like it. You got these trenches, these little valleys that you can run through from both sides. Gives you a little bit of cover, but you got these high positions all along these ridges here surrounding Theta that give you just excellent sightline, you know, down the valleys. And also, like, if you're team one side, you can set up right up here and have full coverage on Theta, as well as being able to see Charlie 4. So, you know, if you're bringing range, if you're bringing trade, very good positions along these ridges. Just being able to blast at anybody who's trying to come down the valleys. But, you know, range and trade isn't the only viable option on this map. You can go full brawl. You can just push it. The only issue is that you have to kind of wait until the most opportune time where, you know, you're giving up time, letting the enemy team push in on you from either side. You know, it really doesn't matter. But giving them all that time to you know, set up their defenses and their push, you know, if they don't see you, they'll be expecting the brawl push. So you have to hope, you have to make sure that they get close enough to not be able to disengage or reposition quickly, you know, if you're trying to brawl them, if you're trying to brawl push. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead, go back to the lobby. Team 1's locked. This map, I would expect to see, I don't know. Been seeing a lot of weird mech choices on this map. Things from stalkers to chargers, you know. Just me personally, from the matches that I've casted this week, week 1, I've seen a healthy mix of different strategies and mechs on this map. So I think it's a good map, especially since it allows for that mixture of mechs and strategies. Looks like DPS is doing a little bit of drop zone shuffling, making sure everybody's in the correct spots. Crossfire's stacked Alpha Bravo. And looking at the tonnages, it looks like both teams are going to be bringing max tonnage. One. Sorry about that. I did not update the win counter on the overlay. Got that fixed. DPS won the first fight on Emerald Vale. So for those of you trying to figure out what the score is, it is currently 1-0 DPS's favor. DPS bringing 2 Phoenix Hawks, a Charger, a Blackjack, an Awesome, and another Charger. Crossfire bringing Catapult, Champion, 3 Crusader 6Ts, and a Shadowhawk. See, like I said, you know, good, nice little mixture. We got Awesomes, Chargers, Crusaders, Shadowhawk. Wow. That's the first Shadowhawk that I've seen, personally, that I've had the pleasure of casting so far. So, glad to see that mech getting some love. We saw some Cicadas earlier in the Black Omen versus Fjord match. Ooh, looks like Pete Zone in his Invictus letting off some PPCs. Lil BBQ letting off some PPCs. Looks like both teams are just kind of... Well, never mind, not both teams. Crossfire is kind of murderballed, pushing up. Where are they going? Light PCs, SRMs. So they're bringing a little bit of mid-range and brawl. Ooh, that Invictus. SRMs and Snubbies. Okay. Zonaron out in the open, trying to cover or cross ground. Crossfire putting up a bunch of UAVs. They're going to be able to see Link's Revenge here. They do see Link's Revenge. Crossfire all grouped up nice and tight. DPS spread out, little wide, little thin. They don't have a lot of mechs that have angles against these Pop-Tartars. Looks like smoke is out on Pete Zone's champion, getting a little hurt, but that's fine. He's still at 86%. DPS kind of just rotating, trying to keep a little bit of distance, keep angles. Captain Cat getting shot by multiple mechs with large X pulses, my bad. Purple lasers. Crossfire really trying to use these hills, these junk piles, to their advantage with the pop-tartiness of their mechs. And I think both teams have officially swapped sides. They are now on the opposite side of Theta from where they started. Credits Orc in his Blackjack getting focused by Champion, Crusader, and a Shadowhawk. Zonaron with his Phoenix Hawk trying to help him, trying to pull a little bit of attention away from the Blackjack. Let's see, how hurt is the Blackjack? Ooh, open CT, open right torso. Right torso blows, so does that CT. Crit its Orc goes down. It's a 5v6 right now in Crossfire's favor, but if you're looking at the percentages of these mechs, DPS has the healthier mechs. So, who knows? They might be able to turn it around. Hypographia getting some large X-Pulse burns off on Lousy Sten's Crusader 6T. Looks like Link's Revenge is trying to Pop-Tart trade. Ooh, Lil BBQ's Shadowhawk goes down. Looks like Pete Zone's sitting here trying to close the distance on his targets. He's got those snubs. He's got the SRMs. He wants to get close. Hypographia now within brawl range. Yep, just like that, he goes down. Nikoro Doomguard getting focused by Juice, but Pete Zone is able to save him. Pete Zone trying to close the distance on Link's Revenge. Let's see, what's happening over here with this fight? Ooh, Lev bringing out the heavy PPC's medium lasers on an awesome. Gets side torsoed, gets his CT taken. It's now a 2v5 in Crossfire's favor. Zonaron in his Phoenix Hawk running around trying to just survive at this point. It seems. Getting a little bit of his own Pop-Tarting in. Link's Revenge. Looks like Pete Zone is legged in his Invictus, and Link's Revenge is just toying with him. Ooh, Zonaron goes down as soon as I get to him. Now it looks like the rest of Crossfire is going to come help Pete Zone out with his Phoenix Hawk problem. Phoenix Hawk, open left leg, open back torsos. Took a little bit of structure damage in the rear CT. That's not something you want to see. Link's Revenge, trying to create a little bit of distance, stay out of the SRM range of the Invictus. But Pete Zone still has those snubbies. Still has a little bit of range. We got Hunter Sang in his Crusader 6T pushing up on Link's Revenge. I don't know if Link's Revenge has seen him. But if he has to move, and he is. Getting shots out on Nikoro Doomguard in his Catapult A1 as he continues to make distance between himself and the mechs that are slowly but surely converging on him. Both legs are open on Link's Revenge. They're orange, left leg, ooh, right leg just went down, left leg is cherry. And just like that, Link's Revenge CT gets taken. Round 2, Crossfire. Taking a look at the damages real fast. Really nice and tight damage spread across Crossfire. Pretty tight spread against across DPS. The only one not doing close to 400 damage really is Credit's Orc, but that's because his Blackjack got taken out so early, got focused. But yeah, saw a little bit of Pop-Tarting now on that map. Wow, really have seen it all on that map. I'm gonna go ahead and swap sides for these boyos real fast. Captain Cat making a joke. You know, I really enjoyed this this format. You know, swapping sides while playing the same map. You know, not potentially getting the opposite side on a different week. But, you know, just playing the same map back to back, but swapped sides. I think it's interesting. Um, yeah, I think it's interesting. I think it's great, because you can have different different strategies, different mech compositions that work really well for one side, but not so well for the other. And seeing, you know, if teams will switch their tactics. Like we saw Crossfire bring Pop Tart on the last drop. I wonder if they're going to bring Pop Tarting again. But that's the beauty of these back-to-back same map drops, is teams can change their tactic to conform to the side and what they're seeing from their opponents. I don't know. I feel like I'm running out of things to say about series. We're just to fill the dead air. But you know what? That's fine. Everybody loves sitting in silence, right? I know I don't. uh, but yeah, great run by Link's Revenge, trying to protect his teammates, running around the outsides of those valleys, those hills, trying to get the focus pulled away from his teammates. Looks like DPS is going to try to go Bravo Charlie drops. That's interesting. Wonder what they're bringing. Wonder if they're going to bring large X-Pulse again, or if they're just going to full send Brawl. Anyways, score is now 1-1. DPS winning the Emerald Veil drop. Crossfire winning the first of the series. I want to say big ups to Pete Zone for bringing out that Champion Invictus. That's not a mech that you see very often. Not even in quick play. So big props to him for trying to sneak that in, or at least for being able to put that in a deck. Team 2 has 5 minutes on the clock. Lobby Warrior Online. Love to watch it. This is Mech Warrior. This is peak Mech Warrior, folks. No, I get it. They're making sure everybody knows exactly what they're supposed to be doing. I don't know how much Crossfire or DPS scrims, so I don't know if they're coming up with their drop decks on the fly or if these are things that they've drilled. looks like we're green across the board, just waiting on the lock call from Crossfire. Alrighty, both teams are locked. Let's get it. Both teams loaded in now. Curious to see if the strategies employed will change, if they'll stay the same. Alrighty. Looks like DPS. Whoops. Should probably there we go. Now the tags are correct on the scoreboard. Sorry about that. Didn't catch that in time. Crossfire bringing in Marauder, Catapult, Firestarter, Shadowhawk again, another Catapult, and the third Shadowhawk. DPS bringing Catapult, Bumblebee, 3 Dragons, a Catapult, and a Crusader. Love to see the Dragons being brought in. My question is, what's the build on that Dragon? Is it Snubbies? Yep, Quad Snub. Looks like Crossfire sent out their Firestarter to pick up Theta while they remain murderballed. DPS sending out the Crusader 6T to get a little bit of scouting information, I think. But they're all grouped up. Looks like it's going to be a brawl deck coming from DPS. SRMs, snubs, SRMs and snubs. What do we got on these Shadowhawks? We got SRMs, light PPCs, SRM6 Artemis, cool. Platinum Firestarter, love to see it. 6 small laser, 2 light PPC on that Firestarter. Looks like Crossfire is gonna try to start the engagement off. Getting some trades out with the Crusader 6T with the Firestarter. Hypographia looks to be like he's trying to pull the enemy team out. Ooh, and just like that, he gets backshot by Captain Cat's Catapult. The rest of Crossfire should know where DPS is. Yep, just like that, the UAVs all start flying upwards. All the snubs getting let loose. Like Juice is loose, has gone down in his Dragon. Lev's about to go down in his Catapult. Yep, there he goes. It's now a 3v6. Lowest mech on Crossfire side is Nikoro and his Marauder at 45%. Zonron is overheating, self-destructing. It's a 2v6. Link's Revenge goes down. Alphaeus goes down as well. 6-0. Great push, Crossfire. Great push. Taking a look at the damage stats, you got Pete Zone with 616 damage. Rest of his team trailing quite a bit behind that, but you know what? Their damage is all nice and equally spread. Unfortunately, DPS Hypographia, he got backshotted very early, was only able to deal 13 damage before going down with his Crusader 60, which is really sad. You hate to see it because that mech boats a lot of firepower. So not being able to use it, getting that off the board really quick, really, really hurts. Score is now 1-2 in favor of Crossfire. Let's see. Third map is Caustic Valley. Yeah, shit. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the map view in just a moment. So this is an interesting map. You can set up long range for both sides. You can set up long range Fox 5, Fox 4, Fox 3. Team 2 side, you can set up Delta 6, Charlie 5. Yeah, that's if you want to do the long range trades. But I have seen Brawl work really well on this map. Now, one thing to note with Caustic Valley is that the cap points allowed are Kappa, Theta, and Gamma. So, yeah. Along here, you got a big mountainside, nice little stone wall. Helps protect any mechs trying to traverse the 2 line to get around from any potential sniper fire from the opposite side. Looks like Team 1 is locked. But yeah, I've seen teams just go straight down the 4 line and push into the other team. Just straight unga bunga brawl push. Not even brawl push, brawl rush. I've seen teams swing out wide and collapse on the enemy. I've even seen teams snipe across the map, trying to maintain that distance and pick away at the center torso from across the map. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what these teams bring and how they play this map. Team 2 is locked. So, without further ado, let's get this match started. Yeah, like I said, I'm very interested to see what these teams bring on this map. if it's going to be Pop-Tarts, if it's going to be long-range trade, brawl, brawl receive, brawl push, or just straight up mid-range. Are we going to see more dragons coming from Crossfire? Who knows? Time will tell. Alrighty, so it looks like DPS is bringing Crusader, Stalker, Spider 5V, so that's the Cap Spider, a Thanatos, and 2 Bowmasters. Crossfire bringing 3 Phoenix Hawks, 2 Night Stars, and a Marauder. I'm curious, what do they got on these Night Stars? 3 ER large and Gauss rifle, so laser Gauss.
We have Gamma.
Crossfire sending the Phoenix Hawks out to Theta right off rip. Crossfire sending Phoenix Hawks. Looks like DPS sent their Cap Spider towards Gamma. Get that capped quickly. Now it's just in a position to provide cover fire on Theta. Looks like Crossfire's not really all that interested in actually capping Theta. We got blue lasers coming out from DPS side, hitting Crossfire mechs well a long ways away. I don't know if it's well outside of optimal, but I'm pretty sure it's outside optimal.
Kappa is under enemy control.
Crossfire brought a Gauss, or not a Gauss, a PPC mech, this Marauder, so it's probably Gauss peeps. Yep, definitely Gauss peeps. But the velocity, you gotta hit. If you can hit, you actually do quite a bit of damage. Looks like DPS went ahead, took Theta. Sacrificing a little bit of armor to ensure the 2-cap lead. 2 LB-20s on that Thanatos. Arms are a little beat up, but the rest of his mech seems relatively fine. Crossfire peeking around the edges, around the edge structures of Theta. Trying to see if there's anything near him. DPS UAVs got shot down, so they're playing based off of what their players can see. DPS poking out for just a moment gets lit up by Crossfire snipers. Looks like Crossfire's taking Theta back. Looks like they're going to try to flip it. DPS now deciding to shoot down Crossfire's UAVs, getting them out of play. Looks like somebody's going to try to airstrike. So we've got long range. Taking a look at the damage numbers, Crossfire seems healthier to me. Crossfire's lowest mech is at 73%. That's a Night Star, but it's got ER large Gauss, so it's at tickle distance. Lev in his Thanatos really just cornered by long range, able to make a move and get out of the firing solution. Questia in his Phoenix Hawk takes out the UAV that I think Lev just threw it up. but looks like he's trying to play the peak game with Lev here, fighting around Theta. Captain Cat coming in with his Phoenix Hawk, trying to put a little bit more pressure on Lev, try to get him out of his position. Three Phoenix Hawks against the Thanatos. What's going to happen? Lev's left torso gets blown off. Interesting seeing these blue lasers just reach across my screen. Hypergraphia in his Crusader 6T, taking a little bit of damage, but you know what? He's still got armor. He's still healthy. Lev sitting here with half a mech. Let's see. What's this spider up to? Looks like he might be trying to scout, get position to fire on the enemies, but it looks like Questia's over here with him. I wonder if they'll see each other and engage. Let's go back to Theta. We got Captain Cat trying to make a run for the outer hills. Take a look at Nikoro. Looks like he's just been cooking himself a little bit. Zonaron, how you looking? Open both side torsos. Wow. Both teams just slowly whittling away at each other. Looks like Crossfire's getting a little bit extra cappage on Kappa. Just to kind of help deny Alphaeus if he decides to run and try and cap Kappa. It'll give Crossfire more time to react to the cap. But as of right now, DPS needs to take out an enemy mech. They need to open a window so that they can get that Theta cap back. It's either they take a mech and push the advantage, or they take a mech and try to cap Theta back. Looks like Zonaron in his Stalkers open in all of his torso components. Just trading away with Nikoro. Let's take a look at Nikoro. He's at 52%. Open left torso, open center torso. Lev seems to have either taken back shots or cooked himself somehow. My guess is he took back shots. Looks like a artillery strike was placed out towards Nikoro's beat up Night Star. That left torso is gone now, so that got taken. Lev pushing onto the cap point, onto Theta, trying to tick it down some, trying to get Crossfire out of position. Trying to pull them out of their cover. Ooh. Lev just took a nasty hit to his center torso and goes down. Alright. We're at the moment where DPS really has to start worrying about caps. Both teams sitting around, Crossfire knowing that they're low. Looking percentage-wise, they're pretty beat up. Questia, open right torso. Captain Cat, open in the legs. Lousy Sten, open left leg. Hypographia taking out Questia. Hunter Sang in his Marauder, open right torso. Ooh, leg gets taken on Captain Cat. But Hypographia's open CT and he gets caught out. We got some laser exchanges going on over here with Juice is Loose. Fighting off Captain Cat and Lousy Sten. As well as potentially Hunter Sang. Juice is Loose looking really beat up. Open center torso. He's sitting at 31%. Lousy Sten just took a massive hit. Looks like Juice is Loose shut down momentarily. Just cooking a little bit too much. Alpheus trying to put up a UAV on Theta to give a little bit of information to his buddies, but that gets taken out by Hunter Sang. Link's Revenge destroying the remaining leg on Captain Cat. Juice is Loose peeking around the corner, looking for any potential shots. Sees that he has none, turns around, but turns his back to Lousy Sten. It is currently a 4v2 in DPS's favor. However, the caps are still in Crossfire's favor. And Link's Revenge takes out Lousy Sten, leaving the only mech on Crossfire's side to be Hunter Sang. Ooh, he just got his right torso taken, so there goes 2 ERPs, there goes a Gauss rifle. Hunter Sang, open CT, gets taken out by the large lasers from DPS. Great comeback, guys.
Command confirming that we have possession of Kappa.
That was an amazing trader match. Both teams just biding their time, waiting until the right moment to just push it real good. I don't know why I did that, but you know what? It's whatever. It's funny. Awesome. Looking at the damage scores, Juice is Loose with 850 damage, Link's Revenge 672, Zonaron with 651, Pete Zone and Nikoro at 770. Damage, nice and compact, honestly, for the most part. Alrighty, let's get these teams swapped. Great trader match. I wonder if they're gonna do a repeat performance, bring long range again, or you know what? If they'll just say, screw it, it's 2-2, let's bring the brawl, see if it works. Because we are going into match 5, both teams sitting at 2-2. Like, I can't ask for better gameplay. Seeing the matches get drag out to the very last match, like, that's what I like to see. Looks like Team 1 has just called a lock. Team 2 gets 5 minutes now to come up with their strategy, or, you know, use a strategy that they're storing in their pocket. But at the very least, they have to call lock in 5 minutes. Looks like Team 1's locking at 4:25. And Team 2 is sitting at 4:25. They haven't locked anyone up yet. You know, this match I believe shows a good diversity of the different mech compositions, playstyles that you can bring to the competitive scene. We've seen long range, we've seen brawl, we've seen pop tarting, we've seen just about all of it. Everything that you would see in quick play, except done with 6 mechs on each side and only Innersphere mechs. I love this format. I'm sad that I decided to not play this season, but you know what? There's always Tournament of Stars. There's always, you know, Championship Series. Battle for Midway. That's another one coming up, I believe. Yes, 5-day. Great job to DPS staying alive. I know that this is going to sound a little out of place, what with there being a 5-minute delay and all, but yeah, DPS did a great job surviving. All right. Both teams are locked. Let's go. This is the match. This is the one. It's come down to the wire. Let's see what these teams are bringing. We got Crossfire bringing Cataphract. Okay. Blackjack, 3 Hatamotos, and a second Cataphract. DPS bringing 2 Corsairs, a Battlemaster, Flea, Phoenix Hawk, and another Stalker. You know what? I want to see what's on these Cataphracts. Always love seeing Cataphracts be brought out. Exactly what I thought. 2 AC-10s, 2 light PPCs. Hanamotos with AC-2s, AC-5s, light PPCs. Blackjack, large X-Pulse, light machine guns. Looks like Crossfire is just going to be pushing up straight towards Theta. Zonaron putting up a UAV obviously sees the conga line of hate coming towards the side edge of DPS's firing line. DPS trying frantically to turn around, reposition so that they can get shots on Crossfire as they come up and over the hillside. Link's Revenge backing up as far as he possibly can. Looks like Crossfire's switching position, or switching direction. Pushing. Nope. Link's Revenge, because he burned his large lasers, gave notice to Crossfire that he was down there and by himself. So now he's getting just eaten alive. Let's take a look at his mech. Open CT. Crossfire just pushing straight in. No regard for the other snipers. Captain Cat sitting at 58% now in his Hatamoto. Lev at 54% in his Corsair. Ooh, mechs are starting to fall. Captain Cat went down. Link's Revenge went down. Zonaron in his Flea just went down. DPS looking quite beat up here. Oh, there goes Alphaeus in his Phoenix Hawk. We got Lil BBQ duking it out with Lev here. But Lil BBQ takes the kill. Heat Zone fighting with Juice's Loose. But Pete Zone has the backup from Lil BBQ while Juice is just cornered. Can't do anything. Juice's Loose goes down. And Hypergraphia self-destructs. He overheats himself. Ooh, I didn't even notice that Link's Revenge got taken out by a headshot. Look at that. GG. Great match. Great fun matches to watch. This final one goes to Clan Crossfire.
Command confirming that we have
Whew.
possession of Kappa.
Now they just need to capture Theta, and it should
Point
end.
Theta is ours.
Yep. Great little push by Crossfire there at the end. Love to see it. Wow. Taking a look at the stats. Lil BBQ is 604. While both teams' damage spreads very close. Very, very close. Well, everyone, that's wow. That was Crossfire versus DPS. Crossfire versus DPS. Crossfire takes the win, netting 3 points. DPS netting 2. Yeah. Thank you everyone who showed up in support of Crossfire and DPS. I'm going to be ending the stream here very shortly. But before you leave, be sure to check back here tomorrow at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern for another Inner Sphere Coalition Season 6 match. I believe... Actually, I don't believe. Let me just go to my resources real fast and pull up exactly what teams I'll be casting for tomorrow. We have MechWarrior UA Community versus FJRD Jaegers here tomorrow at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. That's 8 p.m. UTC. So feel free to drop on by later, or not later, but tomorrow to catch that match. Again, thank you everyone for dropping by. Yeah. I'm Luscious Balzac from FJRD. Yeah. Keep it luscious.